Hello everyone and welcome back to another round of Tuesday Night Legacy. Today we've got John versus AJ, 4-color Loam versus Grixis Control. On the left we have John playing his 4-color Loam list. Now this list is kind of a Maverick list and kind of a Loam list, but it's also kind of a Nick Fit list without the veteran explorers. It's got a little bit of everything. We got some green sun zeniths in here to find some green creatures. We got some life from the Loam to pull back our veritable bonanza of lands. There's 27 different lands in the deck, and they're almost all one-ofs. Just a couple, except for Wasteland, that's a 4-of, so you're bringing back your Wastelands to punish all of these non-basic land strategies. Got some Punishing Fires, some Sudden Edicts, and 3 Knight of the Reliquaries to find you the special land that you want. Dark Confidants to draw you extra cards, and then we've got a couple of Planeswalkers here, 1-ofs, Obnixilis, the Adversary, coming out of New Capenna. Minsk and Boo, seeing him a lot in Legacy at this time. And then Kaya and Grist. We also have a 4-of Chalice and a 4-of Mox Diamond, getting you some early game advantage. Since almost half of your deck here is lands, more than likely you're going to be able to play that Mox Diamond on turn 1. And then, of course, you have a Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because that's just good value, and a Sylvan Library to help you find more cards when you need them. Combating this panoply of spells is AJ on the right, playing his Grixis Control list. I say Grixis Control because really the control aspects of this deck are the 4 Force of Will and the 3 Fatal Push and 3 Lightning Bolt. Everything else is basically either drawing cards or using the Delver strategy with the Dragon's Rage Channeler, binning things with the Mishra's Bauble. And instead of playing the Murktide Regent, we actually have a 1-of Sailor's Bane in here. This is a big boy 7/7 with Ward 4 and decreases the CMC of this spell for each instant, sorcery, or card that has an adventure on it that's either in exile or in grave. So things like Rest in Peace do not affect this. You're almost always playing this as a 2/2 for 7 with Ward 4. AJ's strategy, of course, is kill your stuff, hopefully counter your thing with my Force of Will, and then kill you with either Dragon's Rage Channeler or the Sailor's Bane with a backup of Baleful Strix to either mitigate damage or draw cards, and a 1-of Brazen Borrower to do anything you need it to do. Alright, that's enough about the decks. Let's go ahead and get started here. We have John on the play. Catacombs going and getting a Savannah. And we're going to see a Green Sun Zenith for 0. Of course, finding a green creature in your deck that has CMC 0, that would be the Dryad Arbor. AJ spending his turn to go ahead and Lightning Bolt that Dryad Arbor, getting rid of the advantage there. All right, we are on to turn 2 here. We're seeing a Dragon's Rage Channeler, of course, that 1/1 that turns into a 3/3 with the Surveil 1 every time you cast a non-creature spell. So Mishra's Bauble is just a free Surveil. Looks like you wanted to keep the card on top, though, since only 3 cards in the grave right now, although they are 3 different types. I guess that's not really going to matter, because we're seeing a Prismatic Ending. Taking that out. All right, a Life from the Loam, a Response Brainstorm. Says, okay, that's fine. So John goes ahead and pulls back with the Life from the Loam, getting up to 3 different lands in the graveyard. He has to declare targets before anything else is done. He declared Dryad Arbor and the Verdant Catacombs. We're seeing AJ drop down a Baleful Strix here. Just draw a card, leaving his mountain open. Maybe another Lightning Bolt. That looked like a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Oh, no, it was not. It was an Urza's Saga. Just a 1-of Urza's Saga as well. Even though these are all 1-ofs, that Life from the Loam buys back a whole lot of advantage. If he can see Urza's Saga several times, it'd be great for him. The only artifacts he's got in the deck are, of course, the Chalice of the Void and the Mox Diamond, so he can go ahead and get more Mox Diamonds to ramp himself. But I think Urza's Saga is really trying to make constructs here as kind of just another win condition. Flipping the Fable, a Knight of the Reliquary, and a Sylvan Library to get that Life from the Loam back. Really wants to keep this Urza Saga in play. Seeing that expressive iteration from AJ. One of the best cards in Legacy, Modern, Standard. Oh, it's not in Standard anymore. Strixhaven's not in Standard anymore. My mistake. It's just fantastic. Vintage. Do they play it in EDH? I'm not sure. It's not really my format. Seeing another Baleful Strix here. Get to draw another card off of probably that expressive iteration. Ooh, a Maze of Ith. It's going to be able to untap one of these attackers each turn, basically fogging one attacker. So instead of a 8-turn clock, it's a 16-turn clock. AJ desperately trying to find something to speed up his game here, since a lot of AJ's control aspects interact with spells, not with lands. So John putting down all of these lands, making a pretty good imitation of a lands deck, just without the Dark Depths. Checking real quick that that's the case. Yep, no Dark Depths in this list. So here is the first construct. And we are on draw. Trigger on the stack. Decides to go for second construct. 2 electrons in play. Everybody using all kinds of different fun tokens to represent their Urza constructs. So these have power and toughness equal to the amount of artifacts in play. Looks like AJ Fatal Pushed, the one that was affected by Summoning Sickness. Or no, unaffected by Summoning Sickness. So no attacks for John there. A Wasteland is going to take out that Maze of Ith. Ooh, a Mystic Sanctuary coming into play. Putting, of course, the expressive iteration back on top of the deck. Looks like we have a not dated, or a dated list here. Not seeing Mystic Sanctuary in the list that AJ sent me. But if there's 3 other islands in play, you get to play it untapped and put a instant or sorcery on top of your deck. Looks like that was just a little bit too much advantage for John there to try and overcome. With the Dragon's Rage Channeler online, it upped that clock significantly, so we are on to game 2 here. John discarding a Wasteland. Of course, casting life from the Loam here, pulling back both the fetch and the Wasteland, losing no advantage. A Bloodstained Mire into basic Mountain for AJ, probably putting down, yep, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Doing the old Mishra's Bauble, check the top card. See your top card, draw an upkeep. Looks like John's he's got the Fable in hand. So, how much does Fable cost? Fable costs 3, so you could probably play it this turn if you wanted to. Get to make a 2/2 red Goblin. Make some treasures, that'd be fun. Really trying to decide what he's gonna... Oh, so we're gonna see a Punishing Fire. Punishing Fire dealing 2 damage to creature or player. Basically anything. You can pull it back if you've got a Grove of the Burn Willows in your deck, which John has 2. But AJ says, yeah, that's fine. I got another one here. Redeploy. So we're going to see a Waste for the Volcanic, floating some color. Probably skipped to second main phase here, just to make sure that that floated mana didn't actually net AJ any advantage. Pulling back Wastelands and a fetch. Have not played... no, we did play a land this turn. It was Wasteland. This little skull token here is representing that Dragon's Rage Channeler does have Delirium, which means that it is now a 3/3 with flying and must attack each turn of Fable. Pulling back the life from the Loam. So Dredge 3, didn't see... Maybe that was Obnixilis? I'm not sure. 3 mana is going to get that Fable that we were talking about. Gets to make... Oh, if If it resolves, that is. AJ currently deciding he's going to brainstorm. Gonna bin a Baleful Strix, trying to find a counterspell. Looks like the Force of Will was not there, so we have this 2/2 Goblin Shaman. Every time this guy attacks, get to make a treasure. Doesn't matter if it connects or not. And since Dragon Rage has to attack each turn of Fable, looks like John is going to get in, unless AJ plays somebody here. A True Name Nemesis coming in out of the sideboard. True Name, of course, designed for EDH play, but still legal in Legacy. Comes into play, you choose a player. That player is your opponent. Gain protection from that player. A Pyroblast out of John's sideboard is going to stop that, though. You can counter the spell if it has not entered the battlefield yet. AJ did not have a counter spell for that Pyroblast. Countering target blue spell. Pretty good, John. We're going to see a Wasteland targeting life from the Loam. Or no, it's going to target the Volcanic Island, and then we're going to see a Surgical Extraction targeting the life from the Loam. AJ is tired of having his non-basics blown up. Pulling out all of those life from the Loams. John says, yeah, there's only 2. AJ gets to look at the whole list anyways. He gets to look at his hand. Looks like a Knight of the Reliquary and a couple fetches. Oh, it was a Wasteland. Another Wasteland. AJ getting wasted like, what, 5 times this game? 3 times? Realistically. Knight of the Reliquary coming down. Pretty big Knight. It's going to get +1/+1 for each land in the grave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Oh, no, 3. They got to die on it. So that's a 5/5, and we have the 2/2. So Kiki Jiki flips. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is now Reflection of Kiki Jiki. It does have Summoning Sickness because it left the battlefield to come back in. So next turn, John can pay 1 and tap this and copy a creature. Probably going to copy Knight of the Reliquary if I had to guess. We're seeing a Grove. So we can gain that life, kill that bird. Grove of the Burn Willows. Being able to get red or green mana by making your opponent gain life. And Punishing Fire allowing you, whenever your opponent gains life, to pull it back from the yard by paying 1 red. So pretty good deal overall for John. Gets to not only get rid of that Baleful Strix, but also gets that token and gets in with 2 damage. So even though it seems like John is a little bit behind on life totals right now, I think he is pretty far ahead here. We'll see what Expressive Iteration ends up doing. AJ fumbling with the deck a little bit there. Yeah, it goes for a cut, just to make sure. Saw that Exiled Wasteland wasted something. Oh, wasted the Grove of the Burn Willows. So no more pulling back Punishing Fire. And a Ponder with the final blue mana. Decides to waste the Underground Sea, bringing AJ down to 2 mana. 3 damage in brings John down to 6. Now AJ does run Lightning Bolts. Runs 3 Lightning Bolts. But not enough. When you copy a Knight of the Reliquary that is 7/7, presenting 16 damage in attacks there. AJ concedes to that, or he might have actually just, yeah. Anyways, we are into Game 3. Just playing some land back and forth here. AJ had a Ponder on turn 1. A lot of fetches. Seeing a Prismatic Ending out of John's hand there. Expressive Iteration. Turn 2 Expressive Iteration. Exiling the Bauble so that we could play that. Or no, it's turn 3, yeah, because AJ was on the play. Decided, hey, I wanted to play this first. And then played the Bauble out of exile after putting down the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Bin to Bauble. I think we're on John's turn. I think he's trying to decide what he's going to draw or what he's going to play for land. There are a lot of lands. Prismatic Ending. Having that 1 CMC or that, yeah, 1 CMC for 1 color. Getting rid of Dragon's Rage Channeler. 3 mana. True Name Nemesis. Double fetch. Shortcutting here. Making sure he makes legal plays. Grabbing the correct lands. When you're running 4 colors, you want to make sure that, you know, you're not putting Badlands in off of a... what could you not put a Badlands in off of? Misty Rainforest? Yeah, that sounds right. Alright, just basic Forest and Taiga. True Name Nemesis has resolved. 3 mana. Ooh. Brainstorm in response to the Maddening Hex. Yeah, we are going to see a Force of Will for that. I don't think AJ would have survived that. Basically, this says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you roll a single 6-sided die and take that much damage. So, you know, you're casting your Expressive Iterations, your Brainstorms, and it could be anywhere between 1 or 6 damage. This is another one of those commander cards that made it into Legacy, since the opponent is chosen at random, trying to attach to a different opponent, but you only got the one. It just stays on them. We see a Dragon's Rage Channeler. I think that was an Expressive Iteration. All kinds of advantage here. I think that's a Barbarian Ring. Yeah. Sacrifice, deal 2 damage to target creature or player. See a Kaya Orzhov Usurper. Probably the only thing that this is doing is killing a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Exiling to exile Narget. Man, words are hard. Ticking down to exile target non-land permanent. Oh no, we tick up to exile 2 cards from the yard. So unless John has some instant speed trickery here, nope, Kaya gone. All right. Well, that did buy him a turn, taking 4 less damage. Paying 1. Swords to Plowshares. Going to get rid of this Dragon's Rage. Gaining just a little bit of life. Passing the turn. Ooh, a Wasteland. 3 more damage. So basically John has 4 turns to clean this up. It doesn't look like his sideboard has... Oh, sideboard does have an answer. In Plague Engineer. Specifically, he needs this to resolve. And then he can name Rogue or Merfolk. And so he's not targeting the True Name Nemesis. So it would get rid of it. Looks like his hand is Grist. A couple other things. A bunch of lands and a Mox Diamond. Seeing that Surgical Extraction pulling out Life from the Loam. AJ was just waiting for it. Dropping a land. And a Lightning Bolt. Looks like AJ's trying to wrap this up here. Putting that Lightning Bolt right back on top, and that is game. Attacking for 3 and Lightning Bolting again, bringing John to 0. A pretty good back and forth there, but looks like at the end of the day, True Name Nemesis was able to ride AJ to victory like in the olden days of Legacy. If you don't know already, we are actually streaming on Twitch. And that Twitch is really easy to find. It is just Tuesday Night Legacy. And of course, we only play on Tuesday nights. So go and check it out. I'll let the other guy tell you about the rest of the stuff. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you want to see more of this content in the future. We have a bunch more of these on the channel, so go check out our backlog to see some other premium content. If you're curious about a deck you saw played here, the deck lists are always in the description of the video below. Thanks as always to Spellhold Games for letting us play at their store, and we'll see you next time for some more Magic content on Tuesday Night Legacy. Bye!